Open your mind and journey through the cosmos of the universe. This is Bridging Realms with Dr. Gene Carlisle and False Freedom 691.
Welcome back to another episode of Bridging Realms. I'm Dr. Gene Carlisle.
And I'm False Freedom 691.
Today we are in the studio and we're going to talk about something in the realm of cryptozoology.
Yeah, today we are going to be covering the very famous Jersey Devil.
Yeah, this one, has a lot of legend to it. It has a fucking hockey team named after it. I think it may be the only cryptid I know of that kind of has a team.
Yeah, like a mainstream team. I bet there's some Bigfoot minor league teams, but this is NHL. Yeah,
they really need more cryptid representation in pro sports and shit.
Man, think about it. We got the New Orleans Pelicans. We got the Charlotte Bobcats. Wouldn't you rather have some badass cryptid?
Yeah, they need the fucking Mothman or some fucking Bigfoot, Loch Ness monsters.
Yeah, the Nessies. Come on, that's way
Chupacabras.
better than the Raptors.
Right, that's fucking, Raptors actually, by conspiracy standards, could be, considered a cryptid, because there are, certain areas that were tiny dinosaurs, and living dinosaurs in certain jungles and shit have been spotted, so props to the Raptors. They're almost a cryptid. They're like a halvesy.
Oh yeah, you're pretty dead on that. The Texans, the Houston Texans. I mean, a Texan is a cryptid,
Is that?
Yeah, just a cowboy, you don't see them anymore unless you're just in Texas, apparently. And you can't take them out of Texas. They live there and they're stuck,
Got a point. What about the wizards? That's kind of representing some esoteric kind of stuff, right? Magic. Could be black magic. We don't know.
Yeah.
We know that there probably is a lot of black magic going on in the world of professional sports because, all the money on the line. So maybe we'll have to do a future episode there.
Yeah, I would love to get into that numerology.
Oh, definitely. But, this that we're getting into today is a very famous cryptid. Like we said, it's got a team named after it.
Yeah, they've been around for a while, and we're just going to take a deep dive today into the history of this creature.
I'm very excited about this, getting into the realm of cryptozoology. It is somewhat of a limited realm because there's only so many cryptids, but we've not yet covered them all. And once we have covered them all, we'll just continue to cover them and find, new information out. Hopefully it has come out about them. If not, we'll just talk to, some guests about that same information.
Yeah, and, you make an interesting point about there only being so many cryptids. Once we get the cryptids and we start breeding them, we will have an unlimited supply of different cryptids.
Right, and that's the thing. That's one reason, we're doing this research here is to help find these cryptids. We all need to find them, and then, they can breed with in amongst themselves. Obviously, with them being kind of hidden, they're endangered species.
Wait, in amongst them, I'm talking about fucking them. In 1735, Mother Leeds, who has been identified as Deborah Leeds, was pregnant with her 13th child. Yeah, she already had 12 children. So, on a dark and stormy night, she cursed the child, saying that the child would be the devil. I guess she was just done at 13.
Damn.
The child was born normal, but then changed to a creature with hooves, a goat's head, bat wings, and a forked tail.
Fuck.
Yeah. It beat everyone with its tail before flying up the chimney and heading to the pines. Mother Leeds is a supposed witch, and the father, potentially, the devil himself.
Like fucking Satan?
Yeah.
Like he was possibly like Lucifer, like this was maybe like the Antichrist almost?
Yeah, but you know, we can't just go willy-nilly throwing the name Lucifer around. You know,
Right.
Lucifer in the original translations was Jesus.
I have heard that. I've heard this theory that Jesus and Satan like were the same dude, or there's a two-face situation going on here, and we're gonna have to do some more research into that.
It's kind of a play on the old meme, there are two wolves inside of you.
Right? Yes. There are two wolves inside of all of us. You know, I believe one wolf is of earthly descent, you know, and the other is from the stars. We are all star seeds, you know.
Yeah. For me, it's one wolf is a virgin, and the other wolf is a virgin, and both the wolves are virgins.
You know, this thing is also known as the Leeds Devil, as well as the Jersey Devil, because of that family. And my research shows that it could have been just just people like shitting on this family, you know?
Yeah, I think they were like pissed off about the 12 children already. You know, they were
Right.
probably some pretty fucking annoying kids.
It could be, you know, it could be people just trying to sully the name of the Leeds family, especially because their crest had a wyvern on it, and this is a good bit of information here. We want to inform you here on the Bridging Realms podcast. This is, you know, we're talking about cryptids today. This is a mythical creature, which the creatures of mythology, you know, really get over into cryptids. You know, what back then were these actual myths, or were they cryptids? Were they real creatures that were around? And if you look up wyverns, they're much like dragons, which we talked about a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of dragon research. These wyverns are like fucking bipedal dragons, and they do not breathe fire, and they're all over British folklore. So this was on their family crest, and it looks a lot like the Jersey Devil. Like, we're going to go into the description of the Jersey Devil in this next segment. False is going to go deep into that Jersey Devil and its body, and it looks like a wyvern in some ways, you know. So people could have been just trying to shit on this family. They're like, fuck the Leeds family. Their matriarch fucking gave birth to a 13th demon child.
Yeah.
It was, her children are so fucking bad that this 13th one came out with literal demon features and blasted out of her vagina and then fucking flew away.
Yeah. Well, after whipping everyone's ass with its tail.
Oh yeah, it fucking kicked everyone's ass in the room and then left.
So let's get into some of the various encounters and sightings that have occurred throughout history.
Fuck yeah.
So this man, Stephen Decatur, sighted the creature at Hanover Millworks, where he was inspecting cannonballs. He fired a cannonball directly at the son of a bitch with no effect. These things are cannonball proof.
Holy
Guys,
shit.
you are learning that first here on Bridging Realms. The Jersey Devil is cannonball proof.
So this thing fucking just no sells a cannonball. It just
Yeah.
takes its fucking like, it's nothing to me. That's pretty nuts, dude. That's a strong, possibly, you know, paranormal fucking
Yeah.
cryptid.
You know, it could even get into some of the stuff that that we've talked about on the show recently, with the holographic universe. You know, it could be just maybe life is a simulation, and maybe whoever created the simulation didn't add like a hit amount for a cannonball on a Jersey Devil. He didn't think it was going to happen, didn't think it would come up, and the guy broke the game, you know? Glitch in the
Completely
Matrix.
possible.
Yeah.
Completely fucking possible.
Next up, we got Joseph Bonaparte, who is the eldest brother of Napoleon. He saw it
The fuck?
in Jersey in 1820.
Joe Bonaparte, fucking older brother of Napoleon, the Napoleon.
Yeah, the Napoleon.
He's seeing the fucking Jersey Devil in 1820.
I didn't know that Napoleon's brother lived in New Jersey. What the fuck?
That's nuts, dude. Like, fucking just make your way in the new world.
Like getting from France to the U.S. in those days, the odds were not good.
No, they were not. And, you know, similar attacks like that I'm seeing went on throughout the 1800s. Like, that fucking Jersey Devil's just terrorizing people in the 1800s.
Yeah, taking it into the early 1900s, a local farmer actually got one of the sons of bitches, and he photographed the corpse. He showed it to a bunch of people. They couldn't identify it. You know?
Fuck, dude. You got a photo going around. That's some good proof.
Yeah.
And I've seen these photos, and these animals look fucked up. You know, it's like when you see stuff about the chupacabra, it's like, okay, that could be like some sort of mangy, diseased raccoon or coyote or something, but it also could be some totally different creature we don't even know about.
During the 60s, there was a group that offered $10,000 to capture the Jersey Devil, and they would build a private zoo to house the devil. Now, to me, I don't know, this thing's cannonball proof. 10 grand just isn't going to do the job.
No, I mean, and I know that 10 grand is going to go, you know, a lot farther in the 1960s.
Yeah.
But fuck that, dude. You're not going to be able to hold this thing in. This is a possible, like, I'm thinking trans-dimensional being.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, at least it's got some occult magic or something behind it. As, you know, I'm an alien and space guy, so as with the chupacabra or with any other cryptid, you know, there's always the possibility that it's not of this earth. That, you know, it was dropped here by some aliens, or it's an alien out of place, it's stuck here, you know, or that it's stuck in this dimension, it's not of this dimension, or phasing in and out, like fucking Bigfoot, you know. There's so many possibilities when it comes to these cryptids. But one possibility that I'll tell you it fucking is not is a sandhill crane. And we'll get into that later. It's just fuck sandhill cranes.
Yeah, fuck that.
And we're back from the break. Thanks for enjoying that break with us. I've been enjoying some cannabis getting ready for this fucking explanations here for the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, and I was in the Bridging Realms Studio 51 gender-neutral bathroom cranking my hog.
The bathrooms are gender neutral here, and, you know, we accept whatever you want to do in there. That's your private time. If you want to crank your hog or fap down whatever in the bathroom, that's totally your right there. False freedom.
Yeah, and you know they kind of let me do the same thing at GameStop. I really can't imagine working at a place that wouldn't let me crank down on my break time. You know
that, you know, that's your personal time, and it's healthy to crank down every now and then. If there's listeners out there that enjoy a healthy crank down, maybe tweet at False. You know, he's all about health and wellness. We like to talk about health and wellness here on the pod. We're gonna we'll have an episode soon about that. We'll get into some more health and wellness realms, as we know a lot of the listeners have been asking for.
I've tried to get some masturbation meditation groups going, but I'm not having a lot of luck with it right now. So definitely tweet at me if you wanna set in a group of 10, 20 guys and just really go to town on it,
So is that just like cranking down while you're meditating? You're focusing on a single thought, getting your mind clear while you fap. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. We're just clearing the minds, clearing the energy from your body,
That sounds healthy, dude. That actually sounds like a good practice that I might have to get into. I might have to get in on one of those groups,
Yeah, if we can just get like another couple guys, just me, you, 3 other dudes, just cranking away.
So obviously, we here at Bridging Realms, we do encourage skepticism, but we all know, and if you're listening, we all know that what these people are seeing is some sort of otherworldly creature. If it's stuck around for this fucking long, the Jersey Devil, there's something to it. There's something out there. But we do want to go over the possible real-world explanations that all the buzzkills and jerk-offs out there have come up with.
Yeah, we're looking at you, Skeptoid Podcast.
Yeah, so these fuckheads are saying, like, it's probably some people seeing a bat or a bird at night, like a goddamn sandhill crane, which the sandhill cranes are everywhere, people. Like, get over the sandhill crane thing. It's what they try to blame for the Mothman all the time, and now we're seeing the Jersey Devil taking the fall here on this sandhill crane bullshit, and it's not a sandhill crane.
Anybody who thinks it's a sandhill crane can pause the podcast right now and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, unsubscribe. Don't listen to the pod anymore. These sandhill cranes are bullshit birds. They're fucking lanky as fuck. You can, like, knock one over, blow it away with your breath. They're paper, hollow-boned birds.
Sandhill crane, can you take a cannonball? No. Fuck you.
Exactly. A cannonball would fucking destroy a sandhill crane. And listen, you assholes, if you need proof of this, we're doing this research at Bridging Realms. What do you think we're using, our donation money for? We fucking fattened up a raccoon and gave it a bunch of fucking blue chews and tried to give it boners and see if it would fuck or masturbate. We will get a cannon. We will get a cannon. And I'm not going to say, there's certain stuff I just can't say, and so I'm not going to say that we already have a sandhill crane. I'm not going to say that, and I can't say by which kind of insider sources we procured this sandhill crane, but we do have the trail of ownership, and we will be firing a cannonball at this sandhill crane that I cannot tell you if we possess.
Yes, we have been touring Civil War sites and talking to Civil War reenactors, and we believe we are extremely close to procuring the cannon.
Yeah, so we will be getting a cannon, and we will get this information out to you because that's what we do. We're doing the research. And as far as our research on these other explanations, they're all pretty much bullshit. There's hoaxers out there. There's admitted hoaxers that were doing footprints. We see that a lot with Bigfoot, faking footprints. These guys were just using horse and goat hooves. So don't go out there and hoax shit with your hooves, people. It's fucking stupid. You're just killing the cause, really. Discrediting what we do and the hard work that we put into our research.
Guys, it's not about going viral all the time. We've now been raised in a society and a culture of viral video, and everyone is trying to go viral. Everyone's trying to make the discovery. Leave it to the professionals. Leave it to us here at Bridging Realms to discover this creature. And if you accidentally do discover this creature, send it to us first. We may even give you credit for the discovery. Guys, just give us a chance here.
Yeah, we will take that information and get it out to the masses. That's what we do here at Bridging Realms. We're bridging those realms. As far as our last explanation here, we want to look at a possible real-world animal that, besides the stupid ass fucking sandhill crane, that could be an explanation for this. And it's been going around the internet a little bit as one of those, like, what the fuck kind of animals, like every animal that lives in goddamn Australia.
Yeah.
This thing is native to Africa, which also has some big ass what the fuck animals. And it's called a hammerhead bat. You should Google this thing. False has a bunch of them on his computer now because he says they're metal as fuck, and I agree.
Yeah, they are.
They're metal as fuck. They are these big ass, like, fucking 10-inch bats that have a horse head. Their head looks like a fucking horse, and it'll freak you out. That's why, like, this is the one real-world animal that I'm into considering because it looks badass. A sandhill crane does not look badass or scary at all. It's a fucking crane.
But there's something else that also looks badass, and it's one of these hoaxers.
Yeah, there were a bunch of hoaxers around the time, like we've talked about, like with Any Cryptid. And there was one guy named Norman Jeffries in the early 1900s that owned a museum. So he's like a Ripley kind, Ripley's Believe It or Not kind of dude, where he's got this museum of oddities, and he had what he said was a captured Jersey Devil corpse that he had on display, and it was up there for like fucking 20 years, and he was making money off of it. And then later, before he died, he admitted that it was a kangaroo corpse that he had purchased from a circus that he then attached bat claws and wings to, like in some fucked up taxidermy shit. And that's pretty fucking metal. That's pretty badass.
That's some Arizona shit right there.
Yeah, so if anybody has one of these crazy, like, put together taxidermy things, like the jackalope, remember that on America's Funniest Home Videos? That was my fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, same.
So any of these things, if you have a kangaroo corpse that you have put bat wings onto, like, send it over, tweet it at us, hit us up on Instagram, show us your taxidermy or your drawings of the Jersey Devil. We want to know what you think it looks like, because we find these things pretty metal, pretty interesting. Man, what a great episode. I feel really good about this Jersey Devil episode.
Yeah, for sure. It really feels like just shaking our hand in the jack off motion, and fucking an amazing episode just comes out like that.
Right. And that's just such a great subject with, rich history that really helped us along with that, with the Jersey Devil. I think we did the hard research. We got so much information. This episode is thick. We got this episode out there to the people, so much information on the Jersey Devil. And, and there's always, like I said earlier, things we can't say because we have inside connections and we're doing that research, procuring a cannon, and may or may not have a sandhill crane, shit like that. We can't talk about all of it, but we get that information that we can out there, and we do the deep research for the people. So, man, I think, we really hit a home run with the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, and I feel like really what we're doing here is implanting our seed in the mind of the listener. It's really a direct transportation of us into them. We're impregnating their mind with knowledge about the Jersey Devil right now. And their brain is going to have little cryptid and paranormal and spiritual and alien and conspiracy babies within their brain, and it's just going to spread until they can't stand it. They have to have all of the information.
All of the realms coming together, right? All of those little realmy babies in their brains just crawling around shitting until all of it's just filled up.
Bridging Realms is a part of the Bridging Realms Network in association with the Bridging Realms project, with additional support provided by Realmies like you.